All right, so under the hood today, we were talking about trusting your mechanic. This is a vehicle the client brought in. They moved away from us down to like I believe the Annandale, Arlington area. And they were getting an oil change done at a very common, well-known shop. I'm not going to tell you who did it. It's not how I operate, but I wanted to just talk about trust. And I read a lot about like mechanics are crooks, mechanics are thieves. Anything that any shop is trying to upsell you is bullshit, and don't buy any of that, don't fall for it, this and that. And it comes down to trust, right? So and you're also hear a lot about pricing and stuff like that. So I can tell you right now, all the pricing that they have down on this estimate. So here's what happened. Hold on, let's go back. Take the vehicle in for a basic oil change service, and they left with a estimate for $1,397.53 worth of work. So the client declined all that work, made the trip out here to visit us because they've been long-term clients of ours, just wanted a second opinion, and wanted us to go through it. So real quickly, this is the first thing I want to point out. So this is, let's make sure it doesn't say their name on it. I don't think it says their name on it. Let's just fold it up so you can't see any names, just in case. So this is a battery test printout. So zoom in on this thing, you can see it. All right, so this battery was measured at 372 cold cranking amps. It was rated at 550, and it was so basically failed the test and said need to be replaced battery. Where it says rated, that is basically the testers, like it's checking for 550 cold cranking amps. It's only getting 372. So yeah, if this was a 550 cold cranking amp battery, this would be a bad battery. These are our printouts. The actual cold cranking rating of this battery is 400 cold cranking amps. So we measured it. It's measuring 365 today, which is not far off from their 372. But 365 out of 400 is obviously a very good battery. So this is either a case of a shop doing this intentionally to get your money, or hiring people that don't know what they're doing and they just don't know any better to adjust the range to test it. So that's the first thing we talk about: trust. Trusting that your mechanics know how to use their equipment. Trusting that they're not handing you something that says, hey, yeah, your battery fails, when it's really just fine. Let's see here. Next thing they mentioned was a whole bunch of coolant diagnostic work. Basically, they looked and saw the coolant was, we've already topped it off, so I can't really show you, but it was just a little bit under the minimum allowance. The radiator is full. It was under the minimum in the reservoir, which is what we consider normal evaporation, especially with a vehicle with 60,000 miles on it or so. So we just top it off. There's $100 you save right there, and all the diagnostic they wanted to do. Next thing they wanted to do was a front brake job. We actually did the brakes on this, I believe it was 15 months ago in the rear. They said the front brakes are bad. Let's go to this side, it's easier to see. So we just bring it in. Oh, you got a tester and everything. All right. So we've gone over this before in Undisputed Under the Hood videos. Basically, these are just different gauges that will tell you how thick your brake pads are. It's a caveman-like tool. So we come in here, you can see there's your backing plate, there's your pad material. Let's see what we got. So we got that, which is 630 seconds. That's plenty of brakes. That's about half of your brakes are left on this vehicle. So no reason to do any brake work there. We measured the outside as well. We have all four of the wheels off, so you can, we just checked everything just to make sure. So there's, $400 or $500 left saved for the client. They wanted to do They said that they were unable to turn off the client's maintenance light until the 60,000 mile service was done. So they did the oil change, they sent the client down the road. The wrench light's still on, basically indicating that there's maintenance that needs to be done. We jump on there and it's set up for, the alert is actually just for, here I got it.
What's up, boss? I wasn't gonna bother you, man.
Other than paradise.
I know upstairs and supposed to be up there.
There you go. That's for you. That's for me.
Thank you, my bro.
All right, man. Take it easy, boss. So, long story short, basically looked it up. The maintenance light was on because it was due for a tire rotation. So we'll just rotate the tires while we have the tires off. Checking this out. Transmission service, fluid was ran. Nothing really to see there. So I guess what I'm getting at here is that while they gave this client very good prices for the work that they wanted to do, the reality of the situation is that they don't need any of the work. So it doesn't matter if you're getting a great price on something that you don't even need, right? So, you know, and that's the thing that I always laugh about when I read about, you know, I understand why mechanics have the stereotypes that they have, but, you know, it would behoove everybody to work with a mechanic that you trust, somebody that is, you know, not just interested in taking all your money, somebody that's not just giving you the lowest price, because the people that give you the absolute lowest price, they're usually using subpar products. They're usually, you know, selling you work like this. Like, yeah, I'll give you a great deal. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything to your car. I'm gonna charge you $1,400. You got a great deal out of, you know, on nothing. You know, and trying to go to one mechanic, you know, like I understand we're all very busy people. There's a certain time and place to jump into a, you know, to a quick lube style type shop without naming names. But building a reputation with your auto mechanic is important, just like you would with a doctor or a lawyer or, I don't know, a neighbor. Anybody that you're going to spend a large amount of money with. We all know that auto repair is an expensive, it's an investment in your vehicle. So having a good reputation with your mechanic is super important. These are just some of the things that we see on a daily basis. Having trust in your mechanic and having faith that they're going to sell you the products you need is huge. So that's the Undisputed Under the Hood video for today. I hope it kind of makes sense why I made it, and hopefully, you know, somebody will find some value in this. And I'll see you guys next time.